We are
Okay.
recording. What's up? Okay, so today we are having a guest speaker, Miss Kelley Smith, who's going to be sharing her tips on
Google Drive, workflow, setting yourself up for productive everything.
yeah, and I think that's going to be a really great topic to talk about because, you know, we all start this and none of us have done this before. Like most of us have not done a business like this before, and it's new and it could very easily get cluster fudge.
It can very much get clusterfucked. Is the exact word she's trying to come up with.
There's no kids. I don't know. I usually don't care, but
I'm really bad about that. So if you do have children around, you might
put headphones on.
Put headphones on them or stick them in. Yeah, do that.
Put headphones in. But yeah, so really quick, I just wanted to congratulate Corey. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Corey for going Emerald last week. And there was something I was going to
talk about
do an update or like a check-in on what's going on.
The hardcore, or not hardcore, whatever it is.
Hard labor. So we have hard labor starting on September 5th, and that's going to upload right to everybody's Beachbody on demand. And so we want to do a challenge around that. I posted in Team Ignite Your Passion. I don't know if Kate posted in Live and Love yet. But we're going to be doing a little challenge around that where we're going to do hard labor, and then we're going to do 3-day refresh, and then we're going to do a program of our choice, one for 21 days, and then maybe another round or something like that. After that, it's your choice up until Halloween. So we're like on a challenge together to get us to Halloween and through the fall.
And they run their challenge groups a little differently than me and Eden run ours. Eden's on the call with me. I'm Eden's success partner. I'm Kelley, by the way. So yeah, I did post in ours to get people on board to do it. We're still figuring out the kinks as far as like, we're just doing a wellness group type thing so far. So everybody is doing it. I didn't post about the 3-day refresh. I didn't even think about it because I've been sick and I can't do it, which I'm mad about, but it's okay.
But other people can get on it. And so, yeah, we're doing that. And then, we have, I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I'm like kind of trying to do this from memory, but we have Super Saturday coming up at the end of September. Hey, Jen. Which is a quarterly coaching event in your area. So there's Super Saturdays all over the US and Canada. And so that's coming September 23rd. You definitely want to get to that, and we'll be posting and sharing about it a little bit more as it comes up. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started and let Kelley take it away. So Kelley, really quick, Kelley was a challenger of mine for like a month.
I started May 16th as a challenger, and then I signed up as a coach on July 3rd. Mm-hmm. I hit SC12 my first month, and I'm at SC16 right now.
Yeah, she's been really crushing it and just has a really great mindset around it, and has a lot to offer. And so she's going to be doing this call and sharing her tips on being organized, being an organized badass. So get ready with your pen and paper to take notes.
Yeah. And I mean, it's recorded too, so I'm just going to tilt this way so I don't have to lean there. All right. So Amanda told you a little bit about me. I started on July 3rd, and I have a degree in business management. I also am a graphic designer who I do 1099 work for a real estate agency here. So I do have to go into the office sometimes, but I spend a lot of time driving to and from. So it's really important that I have an established workflow. Like, that's the way my brain works. Everybody's brain works differently. My brain works on a workflow, knowing what I'm going to be doing, knowing how it's set up. That's one of the reasons why I am currently an Emerald coach, but I haven't really dove in going into Diamond because I'm currently I approached Amanda about doing Team Ignite Your Passion with her, but instead of setting up my own group at first, because I really want to help her build that team up, and I'm not ready to go be like all Team Kelley. Like, I'm not ready to set your soul on fire. Like, Team Ignite Your Passion, everything she stands for, everything that she does, I'm 100% on board with. And honestly, I'm a partner girl. Like Eden's my success partner. You'll get to see a little bit of what we do together in here because I'm going to go into our Google Drive and show you guys what's all in the back end of that. And if you don't have a success partner, I highly, highly recommend getting one. And you don't just want to reach out to someone, like make sure the person inspires you. Make sure that person also has qualities that are similar, but also different than yours. Me and Eden both reached out to each other. Eden actually reached out to me. I don't even know if it was after my first transformation post or it was after something, or when I went and decided to coach. It was in the Become a Coach workshop. That's what it was. And we both are on two different journeys. Eden's a mom. I am not. We both have different like home style backgrounds, things of that nature, but we both are very much in the same headspace, same vibes. So it works really, really, really well. And it's like two people doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's crazy. But anyways, we'll get into that. What was I talking about before I started talking about success partners?
How you got started.
Yeah.
And your business.
Yeah. So, that's just how my brain works. Having like an established workflow, I haven't really gotten that much into it right now. So basically what we're going to be talking about is setting up your workflow using Google Docs, because we all know as soon as you get started as a coach, you get added to all these groups. And there's file sections in every single group, in your Emerald Push group, in your Diamond group, in your Team Ignite Your Passion or your Team Live in Love, and then in Set Your Soul on Fire. And then any other group that you've been added to, there's all these file sections. And it's like, Jesus Christ, well, I like this. I like this. I like the way she said this. And it's like, where did I see that doc? Just you have to create your own file system. So we're going to go into that. But first, what is a workflow? What do I mean when I use that word? A workflow consists of an orchestrated and repeatable pattern of business activity that is enabled by a systematic organization of resources into processes that transform materials, which isn't relevant here, but provide services. It's basically a sequence of operations or work performed by a person. See how my brain works? I like definitions like that. But it's basically a repeatable pattern that you're going to use. So how is your current process working? If you all just sat there right now and thought about your current process and how are you approaching your power hours every day? How are you approaching every idea that sparks into your head around your business? Where are you placing that idea? What are you doing with it? Is it just a whim that you're thinking of driving in the car? Is it just something you think about when you're talking to someone like Amanda on the phone and you just jot it down and stick the paper in your bag and you don't know, it just disappears? It's kind of the same way we approached our fitness journey in the beginning, always knowing we needed to do something and like having all these ideas and like having all these goals and these mindsets around our health and fitness. I'm going to work out. I'm going to set up a pattern. And like we never really would stick through with it until we had our accountability. For me, a workflow is the same as having an accountability group. It keeps me on track. It keeps me doing what I need to be doing. Otherwise, I'm just going to let stuff fall through the cracks. So if you sit there and think about your current process, a lot of Beachbody coaches, a lot of people that I've seen like in Team Ignite Your Passion that I've like met in person and talked to, it seems like a lot of people just fly by the seat of their pants, for lack of better terms. It's just flying by the seat of your pants. And so, I mean, if you are just flying by the seat of your pants and you're just like, okay, well, here, I'm on my lunch break, I can get it in. And you're already in that mindset that you're at work and you're doing this business to be able to get away from all of that, then everything that's going on around you in your environment is leaking into your workflow. It's already affecting the way that you're talking to people, the attitude that you're having, your mindset. Oh shit, I've only got 15 minutes left before I have to get back to this hellhole. Like, it's a matter of putting yourself in a good headspace. So a lot of times, like just a prime example, a few minutes ago, we were sitting in Amanda's office and I was like, I was hot and uncomfortable and I was like starting to get nervous. She was like, do you want to go outside? And I was like, yes. Like I had already planned to be sitting outside, but it's so smoky here. I was worried like I would just not want to sit out here. But now that I'm out here, I feel so much better and so much more comfortable talking to you guys. Like there's a big ass thing of flowers right here. The sky is nice and actually kind of clear for once. It's not as smoky as I thought it would be, but my head's in the right space so I can like clearly communicate what I'm trying to get across to people, as opposed to like if you're going into your Gangster Rap Connections or whatever it is, your power hour, and you're like, I just got to get through these 26 people and just get the messages to them and get it done. We'll go back into that in a second, but ask yourself, do you have a dedicated space or a type of space where you do your power hour? Do you have a specific time? Maybe, I mean, this is your business. And if you really want to treat it like it is your business and and your goal is to get away from your other job and to go full time with this, you have to start eventually acting like it's a full-time business and like start like at least giving it some sort of structure, because if you don't give it structure and you just make it a whim, you're never going to get to that place where you can leave that full-time job, because you're just going to still just be like, oh, flying by the seat of your pants. It's like going on summer break while you're in school. You know what I mean? Like how you can just go off and do whatever you want and you're not dedicated to doing your schoolwork if it's an online class because you have all these other things distracting you. So you have to give yourself some sort of structure. Do you do anything in particular to get your mindset right before talking to people? This is where I want to go into the gangster rap connections. We all heard Haley Christensen's call. If you didn't, you've probably heard either Kate or Amanda talking about the GRC, which is messaging 26 people. But the thing that we're forgetting about to like really hone in on is GRC is a workflow. That is Haley Christensen's workflow. It's not just about the number of people that she's messaging. It's not just the number that matters. It's her going to sit in her office, closing the door, turning on gangsta rap, getting her mindset right, and then messaging those 26 people. 26 is the last thing, part of that equation. It's the whole thing about getting your mindset right and doing all of that that matters. So, I mean, like, yeah, so it's basically a workflow. She goes in there, she knows that she sits down, she puts her music on, she gets in her groove, she starts doing her thing, and then she messages those people and she closes the laptop. Doesn't respond to any of them. And then the next morning, once she wakes up, she gets her workout in and she starts responding to messages. For me, that proves a little difficult sometimes because I'm from the East Coast originally and now I live on the West Coast. So the majority of the people that have signed up with me so far are actually still on the East Coast. So by the time I wake up, it's 11 o'clock in the afternoon for them. And if I'm messaging them in the middle of I guess if I do it, that's where it's been a problem for me, is I'm messaging them at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I need to start waiting later in my day to do it so that the messages get in their inbox while they're sleeping. They wake up and they see it. They're like, and then I have time. It's about lunchtime when they start getting my messages. So you see how like you have to like sort of think through the process of whatever it is that you're doing and like figure out something that works for you and it's going to be suitable for your business, for the kind of people you're talking to. Whether it's like, because like I'm sure Amy doesn't have to think about shit like that because she's got people all over the place talking to her. So I mean, it's just more of being smart and adjusting as you go along. But oh, and just like the whole thing about like utilizing the GRC and forgetting the concept behind it, it's just like working out. Whenever we first all started our programs, it takes 30 days to create a new habit. So if you're just flying by the seat of your pants in those 26 calls, like if you're not like sitting down and getting your mind right and understanding, like maybe one day you listen to music and you're in a good headspace, but the next 2 days later, whenever you go to message people again, you're just flying by the seat of your pants and you're just doing that inconsistently all over the place. You're never going to really fully understand what it feels like to have a consistent workflow and to take that load off of you. So anyways, these are all clear and repeatable steps, which is the definition of a workflow, that you can utilize each day or sometimes, or like Amanda, a lot of you guys aren't in our other call. So Amanda was saying earlier that what she actually does is she does the 26 people and then the next day she takes to respond to those 26 people. And then the next day she does another 26 list of people. In that workflow, like also getting back into that, when she makes that list of names, she breaks it down. So it's like the majority of the people come from liking, like say you did a post, like I specifically do posts sometimes to grow my GRC list. I'll do like a transformation post, or I'll post a picture of me that I know is going to get a lot of likes on it. If you know a certain type of picture is going to get a lot of likes on it, do that. If you know you have a GRC or you're going towards the end of the month that you know you can get a lot of likes on, and be like, hey girl, I saw you like my photo. I completely appreciate the support. just wanted to reach out and say thanks. It's not super easy sharing this journey, you know, so publicly, and I really appreciate it. Whatever your go-to is for that, just get into it. And I honestly just do the same thing for all those likers, and I just change the word Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, or I say Instagram stories. I'm like, I've seen, like, especially like, don't always utilize that too. Your Instagram stories, if you see the same people on your Instagram stories, like there's this one girl, Samira, she watches every damn one of my Instagram stories. I'm like, damn girl, why you stalking me? Hit me up. Like, you listening to all of them. Like, sometimes I just be rambling. But like, I hit her up. I was like, I've noticed you like being super active on my stories. And I was just like, if you can tell me, like Katie's is like, you can tell me to fuck off, or F off is what she actually writes in there, is F off. And I just totally wanted to reach out to you and see if it was cool, if you were interested in this. Like, we're starting a new group, blah, blah, blah. But she breaks it down by likers, commenters, and new friends, and then just random people on Facebook. So I think it's really important to always stick to that so that you don't run out of people to talk to. So like doing like 15 names, like, so I have like one picture, if I get 80 likes on it, I've got enough people to message about that are likers for the full week, for at least like 4 days, 5 days. But anyways, yeah, the only thing that should really change is your scripts or your approach or your environment if it's necessary. Like if you go out of town or something like that, that's the only thing that should really change. Your process should be the same. Like doing the same process, changing the scripts up, changing up how you're talking to people, like the type of words that you're using, whatever. But anyways, so I'm going to go over to a screen share with you guys so you can kind of see what how I have things set up and how I utilize them. Well, first I'm going to start here on my phone because I couldn't do a phone share and a screen share. But my notes, if you don't utilize your notes, you cray. But like, so I use my notes section. Can you guys see that? See how I have that set up? That's my go-to scripts currently with the little lightning bolts beside them. I start off with my questions, round 1, and then I go into questions, round 2, after I've had a bunch of personal conversations with them. And then I go into the pitch after the questions, and then I go into the pitch with price. And every single one of those is ended with a question. And then I have my welcome email saved in here because Google Drive is retarded via phone sometimes. But anytime I have like an idea, I type it. Like if I'm driving and I have an idea about something I want to do, I open my notes, turn on the recorder, and I'm like, hey, like here's one right here. It says make a video about depression and panic and suicide, page 9, Miracle Morning. Meditation, if you make time, the world will adapt. If you don't have time for meditation, you make time for you don't have time for meditation, you make time for meditation, and the rest of your day gets better. Make video around that. Like all these different things. Make Instagram posts about quotes on paper and let it be handwritten or typed with flowers or fruit decorating around it. Like Amanda's art posts, or Amanda from Savannah. Also keep using your art as your go-to. Like things like that. Like, and then I forget about them and I'll go in there to like message them and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about doing that. But yeah, so if you can see, can you guys see my little cubbies right here? All right, so this first cubby is labeled Beachbody. It has my BB links, my Beachbody on demand. The upper right-hand corner is my Coach Online Office, which is a link. If you don't know how to get a link from a browser onto your phone as an icon, ask your coach. They will teach you. I can't walk through it right now. I don't even remember how to do it, to be honest with you, because Amanda showed me. At the bottom left is Skype. The bottom middle is my challenge tracker app, which I don't utilize because I don't run my challenges that way. And then the bottom right is my customer. This one is really important. You really need, if they, of course I have to log in. There it goes.
What is it called again? Coach mobile app.
Coach mobile app. This is how I keep up. It's very important to keep up with how many people you're enrolling and who you're enrolling. So I always go to my status. And if I've sent a link to someone who has not followed through yet, their names stay right there. If they've started but not followed through, their name moves to the middle. That means they've opened the link and clicked on it, but they haven't like gone all the way through it. Is there? I don't know how to, there's chats. Oh, I'll check the chats in a minute. and then completed. This is a list of the people that I have signed up this month. I clear this list out at the end of every month. So not all of these are SC points because I think I have 9 people in here, but one of them signed up with the 14-day free trial. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not in here. She just signed up with a regular link. But yes, that's very important. And then I have this. So first things first, before you go setting up your Google Drive, download these apps. You want your Gmail. I don't keep my email on my regular email like it is down here. I keep it right here so it's with the rest of my stuff. And Google Drive, Google Hangouts, Zoom, Google Docs, and Gmail is all right there for me to use. And the reason I have Google Docs and Google, this little guy right here, what is that? Google Docs and Google Drive is because sometimes when I'm copying and pasting from Google Drive, it's annoying. So you have to have this app to be able to open some of the stuff that's in here. Like if I open this up really quick and I go to my welcome email, trying to like copy and paste from this is a bitch. Like it doesn't let you drag over it like you should. So you have to open it in the docs, which is fine. I'll show you guys all of that. But here's what Google Drive. This is kind of what Google Drive looks like on your phone. All of your most recently used items will be at the top, and then any of the folders that you create will be in the middle. You're going to get to see all this up close whenever I get to it in a second, because these are the 3 main ones that I utilize, and I'll show you guys about create. We're going to actually create a folder in a second. So that is that. And then I have my fitness photo editing apps, but that's irrelevant to this call. All right, so where do you keep your files? Are you guys normally just like running and jumping around to like each different page? Because I know that's annoying. That's got to kill you. It's got to be absolutely horrendous. I couldn't imagine because I haven't even been through all of the files. There's so many. It's awful. All right, so we are going to screen share. All right, here's Google. Do I just double click? There we go. All right, you guys can all see that, right? Eden, shake your head if you can see it, because I can see your head. Okay. How do I minimize that, this thing? Or does it not?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay, whatever. All right, so here's the back end of my Google Drive. You are going to be able to see this. All right, hold on, let me just get it. Sorry, it's like.
I wonder, I think you might be able to.
I'm trying to like minimize this.
Oh, here.
Oh, okay. Hide thumbnail. Can I minimize this? Probably not. Okay. All right, so here's what we've got in here, and you can still see, here's all the quick access. I wish this was like this. But then you can see all the folders that I have right here. So I have one that's labeled Beachbody, PDFs, and JPEGs. One that's labeled Beachbody Resources, and you can hover over things. Resource Center for Coaches, Beachbody Scripts. So what I'm going to go into first is Beachbody PDFs and JPEGs. All right, so you see I still can create other folders underneath this. So mine's kind of messy right now because I still need to go in here and like update all of this because this is stuff I just started randomly throwing in here. But like going to the gym versus Beachbody challenge groups, that's something that I could send somebody in a message and I could just tap on it. And what you do from your phone here, let me go back from, how do I get out of screen share?
Right here.
Stop share. All right, we're gonna go back to that in a second. What is this?
The free one has a limited.
Okay, well that's crazy. That sucks.
Okay, so we have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's gonna be hard. But, all right. So, what was I doing? Showing you how to share these things. All right, so PDFs and JPEGs, I clicked on that and I went straight down here where it says Beachbody Gym image. And so you can open that image up from your drive, click on those little dots in the top right corner. Let me go out of it. There's the little dots up here. You click on that, it pops this up and you can send a copy. It says send a copy, and then all of these things pop up. And you can send it directly to a Facebook message. And when you click on that, it's going to show you the most recent person that you were actually even talking to. All the most recent people that I was talking to would pop up right there. So if I need to send like an image, like say I have like I send a lot of Shakeology stuff that way, like the Shakeology, like if I click on my Shakeology there and I have like the vegan vanilla PDF that I want to send to someone, I just click those dots, send a copy, and I can send it to my most recently. I can send it in a text message. I can send it in a PDF, whatever. All right, so we're going to move along. I'm going to go back to this because we're going to get cut off. Let's see. All right, so here are all of the folders, my drive. All of these things, I can right click on that and share it with someone. So you see right here where it says share, I share all of my stuff with Eden, and Eden shares all of her stuff with me. And I'm going to show you an example of that now. So I know a lot of you guys have seen the different groups. Like if I was in the Emerald group, I'm going to go to Beachbody Resources and see how we have the Diamond Run and the Emerald Push. I put all of my Emerald Push notes in here. My 20 ways of coaching has changed my life from Kate. The Emerald Push Badass Challenge. Some of these are empty because I didn't finish taking notes. But Emma Kittle's video is right there. Or all of the different stuff that I took, and I put that in there so that Eden could access it too. I was not actually able to be in the Diamond Run, but Eden is. So Eden took notes, and now I have an extra resource to be able to go in here and read through some of the notes that she took and some of the cool things that she found out in the Diamond Run. There's always a good reason. That's another good reason to have a success partner. So if one of you can't be doing something, the other one can. I also have a disease info folder. Ewan sent me a bunch of information about, I'm going to open this up. It's going to open a new page. This is my conversation with Ewan about PCOS, so that I always have like some information to like be able to give to people surrounding PCOS. So anytime I find new info on PCOS, or if somebody gives me information on it, I come in here and put it in this doc. Yes. Smart. So go back to my drive, Beachbody scripts. This one can get a little hectic whenever you have a lot of stuff that is like your favorite stuff. So you can right click on these things and add a star to them like this so that you can always access them. So you go back to your drive.
It's like favorited.
Yeah, you see where it's right here where it says starred? You just go to your starred scripts. This is basically where all of my scripts come from. I love this. I like took this and like the golden 5-step scripts from Amy. I went through this and rewrote my own script for this. So let me see here. I'm going to, you guys give me 2 seconds. How do I upgrade while I'm on here? Hold on. How do I get out of this? Back to stop share. There we go. Stop share. You guys give me 2 seconds. I'm about to pay for this because I'm not going to be done talking in 5 minutes. Well, let me upgrade now. Let me upgrade. That's super lame. Whatever. Anyways, all right, PDF scripts. Walk you through setting up a new file. Also, all right, I did everything on that end. The only other thing that I really want to show you guys before this thing cuts out on me is this. Success partner Eden, golden for the win, that I'm going to show you what this little chicky doodle does for me. It makes my life easy. How do I go to screen share again? Share screen. Oh, wrong one. I'm having so much trouble right now. All right, so my inbox. Doop, doop, doop. All right, so me and Eden have a wellness studio coming up. Eden put together all of this stuff. We talked about what we wanted to do each day, and Eden put all of this stuff together. And if you're not utilizing your calendar, then poo-poo on you, because Eden is great at this. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. It's not going to show on here because this is not where it's at. Hold on. All right, stop share. All right, so I'm going to show you guys on here on my phone. So when Eden updates our calendar, this is what my day looks like. I know what I'm doing every single day because Eden goes in here and sets up all of our stuff. So I contribute in other ways, but Eden is really good about contributing in this way. But like Thursday, August 31st, announce superfood of the week. Thirsty Thursday post. What's your favorite Shakeology recipe? I have one set up that says check in with my challengers. The Set Your Soul on Fire call is on this. Knowing what you're doing during the day, when you go through and set up your calendar like this, it will help you figure out your workflow. It'll help you figure out when you can do things and what time you have. And like if you're running late, it also keeps you like, if I'm just like running around, like today I just got back from driving from Astoria to and from Portland, like to and from Astoria last night to this morning. And I'm like, shit, what do I have to do today? And it's just easy to go right here. Okay, well, I know I can't miss these things. I have my call. I have to post Thirsty Thursday. I have to post check in with my challengers. I have to check in my group. I have to post this and that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This thing's going to cut us off in like 3 minutes. So I want to look at the chat really quick and see. Okay. Amanda, we should do that. Okay. Well, anyways, if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. Kelley Smith. I don't really know. But that's about all I've got right now because this thing is going to cut me off. I promise next. I'm going to be doing more calls like this. I'm going to do one on, me and Eden are going to do one on success partners and on storytelling. And another thing that I was going to say that I don't really have that much time to say was when you set up your workflow like this, it's easier to make the posts that you want to make instead of just like, you're not, hold on, I have a whole page of this. You're not Amy, you're not Amanda, you're not me, you're not Kate, you're you. And if you're struggling to find your voice, make that a part of your journey. PD the shit out of it and figure it out because you don't want to just keep taking Amy's post and just trying to figure out where you fit in that post. You don't want to take my post or Amanda's post or Eden's post or Ewan's post or whoever's post and just like fit yourself into the post. You got to start like learning how to storytell and just like there, that goes to an extent because sometimes, all right, it's going to cut me off. I have to do this on a different call. This makes me so mad. I just want to talk. All right, you guys. Well, all you have to do on social media is create a visual representation of yourself. I'm really glad you guys let me come on here and talk to you, and I hope that this was really helpful.
Thank you guys for showing up. Bye. We'll have the recording up.
Bye, guys. I don't know how to end it, though.
Oh,